Hey guys, Lauren here. Today I'm going to be giving a bit of a skincare rundown of a bunch of the products that I was testing from about August to December of 2016. Some of that stuff I got new during that time, and some of it were old guys that I circled back in. So I have a lot of product to get through, so let's get moving. First up, I have the All Clean Balm by Heimish. This is probably my most favorite makeup remover ever. It absolutely destroys makeup. It has this really, really awesome sherbet style consistency. It has this little top here. You pull it off, a little spatula that comes with. Set those dudes aside, and if you can see what's left of it, it has this really cool sherbet style consistency. It's very, very icy, and it starts out with this sort of icy consistency, then it turns into an oil as you put it onto your skin, and then when you add water, it like gets all milky. It removes everything. It's natural, paraben-free, and hypoallergenic, and it's got a nice mix of citrus and plant oils like lavender, eucalyptus, and, well, citrus that smell absolutely lovely, doesn't irritate my skin, and yeah, it's pretty good. I recommend it for pretty much all skin types there. So next up, we have Glossier's Milky Jelly Cleanser. Now, I've actually had this for a while and brought it back into the fold during the fall time. I got this pretty close to after when it launched, and it's nice. I'm not particularly wowed by it. I mainly use this to remove my makeup now. You can use it on either wet or dry skin, and it has this like very goopy jelly, as in the name, sort of texture. Like I said, I've been mainly using this as a makeup remover, and it does a pretty good job. It doesn't cut through makeup like the All Clean Balm does, but it's pretty gentle. It doesn't irritate my skin. I think most skin types would get along with this. My biggest thing that I'm not a fan with this guy is the scent. It is rose scented, but it's like very chemical rose, if you know what I mean. So nice basic cleanser. It's okay. Yeah. Here we have Indie Lee's Rosehip Cleanser. This guy is a total bae. Really, really enjoy it. First up, it has a very luxurious rose scent in contrast with the Glossier. It's a very, very fancy feeling on the skin. It has this kind of gel-like texture that foams up pretty nicely. Not like super foam, just like adds like a little bit of slip. I like to use this as a second cleanse because it has such great ingredients. The ingredients list is really small, but it's full of very calming, soothing, vitamin-rich, antioxidant-rich ingredients that I really like. I think most skin types would get along with this guy pretty well. I do have pretty dry skin, so I can't use this every day during the winter months, but during like the summer and spring, totally can use this every day, twice a day, just fine. Last for cleansers, I have Belif or Belif's the True Tincture Cleansing Stick in Chamomile. This also smells heavenly. Really, really lovely chamomile tea scent that is very pleasant to use. At first, when you first get it, this top part is coated in like bits of chamomile that aren't really abrasive, but just washes away till you're left with something like this. So those bits don't bother me whatsoever. It's pretty gentle. It has a neutral pH. I've read that it's about 5, but I haven't done the strips myself. Don't have those, really should. It does foam up a little bit, but it has a pretty gentle formula that even though it's a foamy cleanser and I have dry skin, I don't find that it's irritating at all. It has, like I said, a really great ingredients list that has things like chamomile, calendula, and even raspberry leaf, green tea extract, and a bunch of coconut oil. So it's actually quite nourishing and hydrating. The ingredients list is about 90% natural, and I love that this guy is great for traveling because it's a stick. So this is the lemon peel pads from Neogen Dermology, also a Korean beauty brand that they've started carrying at Sephora. This is both a chemical and a physical exfoliant. The chemical part is a lactic acid with lots of fruit extracts, mainly lemon, but there's some orange, papaya, and grapefruit in there. This has a heavenly lemon scent that I'm just gonna, oh God, it smells like a cocktail. I love it. This is a pretty good, decent value. You get, I believe, 30 pads in here, and you only really should use this guy about twice a week. If I used it more then, it was just like a little too much on my skin. These peel pads are double-sided. This side you have like the soft side, and this side you have the abrasive side. So this is the physical exfoliant side. And it has this little like pocket part that you fit your fingers in. See there, like that. This is a pretty good exfoliator. The physical side can get a little rough, so I avoid using this too much on my face. I try to go very gentle. I will use this side along my jawline where I get a lot of congestion, but I mainly bring this part down along my neck and my back and shoulders. There is enough product on these pads to do like half your body. It is insane. And then I rub this part on my face. This does a nice job of exfoliating. It leaves your skin very, very glowy afterwards. I like to do this before I hop in the shower because you're supposed to rinse this off. Some people told me to not do that, but the directions and the videos that I watched said to rinse it off, and the product is a little bit too sticky, like ticky-tacky to leave on. Next, I have the Pixi Glow Tonic To Go pads. I have been a big user of the Pixi Glow Tonic, but if you have tried to travel with it, you know that shit leaks. So I picked these guys up to be my go-to when traveling during the fall, because I was doing quite a little bit of that, and these are great. Not gonna go too much detail with these because I've talked about the Pixi Glow Tonic a bunch, but this is great for traveling. I get a little bit congested when traveling, so having something like this to combat texture is great. So next and last for exfoliants, I have Apothecary's Cactus Face Polish. Now this is a physical exfoliant made up of noble cactus powder, horsetail powder, lemon powder with a mix of oils like jojoba and camellia. This is very antioxidant, antibacterial, and vitamin rich in its ingredients list. And it's a physical exfoliant that you can also leave on as a mask. You scoop it out with a spoon and it's this like paste-like texture. It's a little bit more paste-like now because a lot of the oils, I didn't store it properly and a lot of the oils dripped out, so be careful with that. But you scoop it out with a spoon, you slap it on your face, you scrub it around, you leave it on, and you rinse it off. And this is a nice, pretty gentle physical scrub. It smells like green tea. It kind of has this like matcha scent that I really, really dig. When the oils are not completely leaked out, it's pretty hydrating as well. So first up in hydrators, I have the Tosowoong Propolis Sparkle Ampoule. This is made up of 80% propolis, which is a substance created by bees that is pretty similar to beeswax. It's supposed to be very healing, nourishing, antibacterial kind of guy. This is a pretty decent hydrator. It's nothing like crazy moisturizing, but it does like add a nice little base when going in when your routine for adding more stuff on. It has this sort of jelly texture that sinks into the skin very nicely. Once fully absorbed, it isn't sticky or like tacky to the touch, and it leaves the skin like very like fresh looking, not like crazy dewy, but there's a tiny bit of a glow. Definitely not a sparkle. And I think this is a pretty good value, a nice little in-between step in a routine. This is a holy grail product for me. This is Hada Labo's Gokujyun Hyaluronic Acid Lotion. This is a Japanese drugstore brand. Now, lotion in this reference is the Japanese or even French term, so it's a little bit more like a toner or like a moisturizing step. It's not like a lotion, cream lotion like we're used to here. I will not be without this now. I love this so much, I have a second bottle already. This is extremely hydrating. It instantly plumps the skin. I find it to be very healing. It's not irritating, and this is like the empty one, so let's see if there's anything left in here. Oh, yep, there's a little bit left. It's this sort of water jelly-like texture that just like instantly dewifies the skin. If you like dewy, plumped skin, you need this shit in your life. It's crazy affordable and it works pretty good as a primer. I like to use this in the summer when I wouldn't want like too much moisturizer. I would put this over top of my sunscreen and it leaves this like tacky but not like annoying tacky base on the skin that things can kind of cling to. Next we have this little guy that packs a pretty mean punch from She Studios. This is the Nourish Botanical Face Serum. This is a very awesome, I'd say local to California skincare company. This guy is made up of 98% organic and wildcraft ingredients, 100% natural. This is a lovely mix of rosehip, borage, plantain, avocado, and yarrow oils, just to name a few. Like, what a stellar cast list right there. This is very nourishing indeed. I have found this to be really good at healing, like post-breakout spots, very hydrating, full of antioxidants and vitamins. It, a little bit with this guy, it does go a long way. This is the actual small sample size and I have been able to get a crap ton of uses out of it. This dropper doesn't really work that well, so I try and just like get the littlest bit out because this is so rather rich that like that bit, that's gonna be enough. That will be enough for my face. And if you use too much, you can go into greasy territory, so be careful with that, because you don't want that. You want the dew, not the grease. Kate Somerville's RetAsphere 2-in-1 Night Cream. Now this is one of my all-time favorite retinols. I actually got this about this time last year, took some breaks from it, and brought it back into the fold during the fall time. I am very sad. It is almost out the door. I have to milk out the last of this that I can. When I would use this consistently, I would definitely see an improvement in my skin, less texture, less clogged pores, plumped skin, fresher looking skin, just a great product if you are working on that anti-age, which as a lady in her 30s, I am. This is Sunday Riley's UFO, the Ultra Clarifying Face Oil. I have been using this on and off since I got it in August, so I've given it lots and lots of chances, and this just doesn't work for me. I at first thought I saw an improvement in my skin when I first started using it, but then it must have been a fluke because my skin got worse. Then it just got how it used to be, and then it got worse and just how it used to be, so this guy just doesn't really work for me. I would have thought that it would have because it has a lot of ingredients in it that I normally really like neem, pomegranate oil, neroli, tea tree, all things that usually work really, really well for me. But I do know 2 people in my real life that find this to be really helpful, so take my opinion with a grain of salt. I do love a lot of Sunday Riley products. This one just wasn't for me. It does have this kind of like savory, peppery, almost basil scent that I actually really like. And has anybody else noticed with Sunday Riley products that after a while they become impossible to clean? I gave this a good scrub, and I don't know if this is showing, but there's always just like dinginess that for such a like luxurious looking bottle and a high price tagged item, that like small detail that it just gets so gross is kind of weird. For my eye cream, then and even now, I've been using the Black Tea Age Delay Eye Concentrate from Fresh. This is a decently hydrating eye cream that is non-irritating. When I first started using this, I saw more of a diminish in dark circles, but as the weeks went on, it just kind of stopped doing that. It does help a little bit with fine lines, but I have sort of stopped seeing any results. And I think mainly that might have to do with the fact that this is packaged in a jar, and maybe all of those active ingredients that were doing all those good things died. But I'm not entirely sure. Maybe I'm just sort of imagining anything that ever happened. This absorbs pretty nicely and it will last you a long time. I'm pretty sure this is actually gonna last me through the summer because you only need just like the tiniest little bit, like even that might be a little bit too much, to moisturize both eyes. It absorbs pretty nicely, and my one complaint about this is, you know, the claims aren't really holding up all that well, and the price tag kind of stings a little bit. The sun is creeping in, so I need to speed up through these last two. This here is the Moisturizing Face Lotion from Lyeska. This is a Brooklyn-based skincare line that revolves around Siberian cedar nut oil. Siberian cedar nut oil is really high in antioxidants. This moisturizer is formulated with Rosehip in addition to the Siberian cedar nut oil, and has a bunch of other great ingredients in it like chamomile and aloe vera. So it's very soothing, high in antioxidants. This is a great all-around moisturizer. It is 100% natural with 77.9% organic ingredients, so that is pretty cool. A little bit of this goes a long way. It isn't greasy. I think a lot of people with all sorts of skin types could really like this. It can even be used as a night cream. I mainly use this during the day, but you can build it up to be a pretty great night cream. It absorbs pretty well into the skin. It doesn't have too much of a scent. It has just the littlest bit of a faint herbal rose scent, but for the most part, it just kind of smells like lotion. Last moisturizer is another favorite that I brought into the fold. This is Shikai's Rich in Borage Oil Facial Moisturizer. This guy is incredible. I've been using this on and off for years. This is a bargain moisturizer that performs better than things that I've tried that are 5 times its price tag. It is, like it says, rich in borage oil, which is very antioxidant rich, great natural anti-ager, free radical fighter, just all around good guy. This is very, very rich. You can definitely thin it out by using just a little bit, or you can really build it up to be extremely intense. It is actually rather lightweight for how rich it is, which is quite surprising. I think most skin types could probably use this. Oily skin types might find it a little bit too rich, but if you have dry, dehydrated winter skin, it's just lovely. Rubbing it all into my hands right now. It feels real good. That wraps up this skincare rundown. Let me know if you like this style of video by giving it a thumbs up and hitting that subscribe button. I plan on doing more of these roundup reviews because I do test out a bunch, a bunch of products. So come back, I'll have some more. And yeah, I hope whoever you are, you're having a great day, and I'll see you soon. Bye. Bye. Bye.